You know that quiet ache in your chest that shows up when everything seems fine, but deep down, you feel like you're letting something slip through your fingers? Today, I want you to take a deep breath and allow yourself to hear something different. This isn't just any message. It's a direct call from your angels, and perhaps it's exactly what you need to finally understand what's happening between you and that person who just won't leave your mind. There's a profound reason, maybe even a divine one, why he came into your life. And no, it wasn't just coincidence, random fate, or the famous chance of the universe. It was intentional. It was purposeful. It was a connection. But there's one crucial detail you need to know. Even when life presents something as powerful as this bond, it's still possible to miss the message. That's why the angels asked me to share this with you now, the truth about this connection before time passes, and you regret not seeing what was right in front of you. He was put on your path because his presence has the power to unlock internal doors that have been closed for years. You, with your unique way of being, have awakened in him feelings he didn't even know he was still capable of feeling. And even if he tries to rationalize or ignore it, the truth is that his heart already knows. But there's an important detail. This connection, although intense, can be wasted. Not because the love isn't real, but because fear can often be louder. And if you don't pay attention, if you don't listen to the signs, you might end up letting this love slip through your fingers without even realizing it. How many times have you felt that he wanted to say something but didn't? How many times did your eyes meet and for a second, it seemed like the whole world around you stopped? Know this, in those moments, his soul was trying to tell you a truth that words still can't express. And the angels show clearly, this person is experiencing an internal conflict between the deep desire to get closer and the fear of everything changing. Because yes, you represent a change, a transformation, a new beginning. And for someone who has lived in an emotional comfort zone for so long, that can be frightening. But here's the most important part you need to hear. You're not here to save anyone, nor to prove your worth. You are here to be light, to be truth, to be yourself, whole, authentic, magnetic. And that is exactly what touches this person so deeply. The angels say he watches you in silence. That every little thing you do, your courage to keep going even when scared, your way of treating others with kindness, your lightness in the face of difficulties, all of this gradually chips away at the wall he built around his heart. But there's a blind spot here. A detail that might be preventing you from realizing the true meaning of this connection. You're waiting for him to express his feelings first. For him to take the initiative. For him to say everything you long to hear. But the soul doesn't speak in words. The soul speaks through energy, presence, intention. And he's trying to say, I see you. Just in his own way. In the silences. In the glances. In the hidden gestures. In the indirect messages. Can you feel that? Maybe you do. Maybe you're just waiting for a confirmation. Something that tells you, it's not just your imagination. This is real. So here it is. Yes, it's real. Yes, he feels. Yes, he was put in your life for a greater purpose. And that purpose isn't just about romance, love, or companionship. It's about growth, healing, expansion. The angels reveal that by crossing his path, you activated something. An ancient spiritual memory. A kind of soul reunion that carries wisdom but also challenges. Because when two souls recognize each other, they also reflect one another. What he sees in you inspires him but also frightens him. And here's the point, you can be the light that guides, or you can dim yourself to avoid causing discomfort. The choice is yours. But the angels urge, don't lessen your intensity to fit anyone's fear. The universe placed both of you on the same path because there was something to be lived. Something that could only be learned together. But time doesn't wait. Ignoring this opportunity would be like closing your eyes to a divine gift. So now I ask you, will you heed the signs? Will you trust what your soul already knows? Or will you wait for more proof, more certainties, more guarantees? until the moment passes? Because, yes, you could lose this chance. But you can also embrace it right now. With courage, with faith, with truth. And if you've made it this far, it's because something within you has already decided. He was put in your life for a reason. But the question remains, will you allow this to blossom? Or will you continue living as if you haven't heard this call? If this touched your heart, then write in the comments now, I allow the divine purpose of this connection to be revealed. This is your commitment. Your yes to what is to come. And what comes after this is something you can't even imagine. Angels show that when two souls meet with such intensity, as happened between you, it's as if a veil has been lifted. Suddenly, feelings that were dormant awaken. Old wounds resurface. There's a sense of recognition, but also confusion. At this very point, many connections falter, because it's easier to run away than to face what the heart begins to shout. But you, dear soul, were chosen precisely because you have the courage to feel. And he, even if he doesn't know it yet, is being guided to you so that he can also learn to allow himself to truly love, without masks, without defenses, without games. There's a call for both of you to set aside everything you've experienced, everything you've learned about love based on fear, scarcity, and doubt. The universe wants to deliver something new. But this new can only come in when you choose to close the doors of the past. Do you realize how this is bigger than just a love story? This is a spiritual mission. A reunion that comes to align you with what you came to experience in this life. Because when you truly love without hiding, without trying to control the other, you activate the most sacred part within you, your own essence. And that's why you're feeling so many things. This connection stirs everything. It brings to the surface your most sensitive side, but also your strongest one. Because true love, before being sweet, is a mirror. And it shows you where you still need to trust, where you still feel fear, where you still hesitate to surrender. The angels reveal that he also feels this calling. He might not know how to put it into words, but there's a restlessness growing inside him. A sense that something important is about to happen. He might try to divert, keep himself occupied, run away, but the feeling is persistent. He feels your presence even when you're not around. And that's what begins to change everything. Have you noticed how things started aligning differently since he came into your life? Little signs, coincidences, dreams, synchronicities? All of these are ways the angels are showing you that this path is not ordinary, it is divinely guided. And every time you doubt this, they send you more signs. Because this story is far from over. On the contrary, it's just beginning. But there's an important choice to be made now. You can keep waiting for him to take action, to declare everything, to tell you what you so desperately want to hear. Or you can choose to trust in what you already feel, experience, and perceive. Trusting is not being passive. It's being receptive. It's about continuing to show your true self. It's about staying a light, even when he is still in the dark. Because your light is what will help him find his way. The angels ask that you remember, not every soul we love is ready at the same time. But that doesn't mean the love is any less. It simply means it needs more care, more presence, more patience. This connection has a greater purpose. And what's to come can transform not only the relationship between you two but also the way you see yourself, love yourself, and surrender to life. It's at this point in the journey that many women get lost. Because fear starts to speak louder. The mind questions, what if it's just in my head? What if he doesn't feel the same? But what if it is real? What if he is just trying to understand everything this connection has awakened in him? And what if your faith is precisely the invisible thread that will pull you both to the next level? Can you feel that energy now? It's here. It's surrounding you. It's trying to remind you of who you are, the power you carry, the light you came to spread, and the love you deserve to live, in fullness, in truth, in soul. The angels ask that you do not shut down, that you do not give up, that you choose to trust, even without all the answers. Before we continue, I want to ask you something. Write in the comments, as an affirmation of what you are choosing for your life from now on, I trust in the divine timing of this connection. I am ready to receive this love with an open heart. This is your spiritual choice. This is your leap of faith. And when you declare this, the entire universe starts to move. And maybe now you're wondering, but if this connection is so real, why does it still seem so difficult? Why doesn't he come to me fully, without fear, without breaks? The angels say that true love isn't built in haste. It is constructed at the pace of the soul. And right now, his heart is undergoing a kind of reprogramming. Yes, a deep reconfiguration, where old beliefs about love, surrender, and deserving are being challenged. And for someone who has spent their life trying to maintain control, this is terrifying. He is learning to trust in something he cannot see, measure, or guarantee. He is learning to trust in you. And this is only possible because you have remained whole, honest, and transparent. He feels he can be himself with you, even if he still can't express everything clearly. But inside he knows, with you, he would be free to love genuinely. And even if he's not ready to say it in words, the angels are whispering truths behind his gestures. When he reaches out to you for small reasons, when he smiles with a different sparkle in his eyes, when he cares about details that no one else notices, he is saying, I feel something for you. Something real. But be careful, this isn't about waiting for him. It's about you continuing to live your truth, cultivating your light, expanding your energy. Because the greater purpose of this connection is to help you grow. It's to make you remember your worth, your greatness, and your ability to inspire profound changes just by being present. The more you align with this truth, the more everything around you begins to respond. Conversations change. Meetings become more intense. His behavior starts to reflect that inner calling you've ignited. Because you're not just waiting, you're activating. The truth is, he has never met anyone like you. And that stirs everything up. You represent a new standard of love. A love that is more mature, lighter, and more spiritual. You are the bridge between what he has already experienced and what he has never dared to dream. The angels reveal that, at this exact moment, he is mentally revisiting the moments he shared with you. He's wondering why he misses you so much. Why, even while trying to move on, something in him always comes back to your name. He may not realize it yet, but he is being nudged by the universe to look within, to acknowledge what he feels, to choose with courage. And you? You are being called too. Called to sustain this energy of love without losing yourself. To keep your faith alive even in the silences. To understand that sometimes, it is in the invisible that the miracle happens. Because the real point of this story isn't whether he will choose you, but whether you will continue choosing yourself while this love matures. Have you noticed how your intuition has been getting stronger? How you can sense when he is thinking of you? How, even from a distance, there is a connection that is hard to explain. This isn't an illusion. It's harmony. It's spiritual. It's real. And the angels want you to trust this connection, even without having all the maps. Because this love has come to reveal something essential to you, that you are capable of touching a soul just by being who you are. And that is rare. Your angels are around you now. They are working silently, creating the right opportunities, removing obstacles, and opening paths. But they need your yes. Your commitment to keep that high vibration. Your heart ready to love lightly, without demanding, without forcing, just allowing. And if he still takes his time, if he still hesitates, remember, the seed has already been planted. And it is growing. Even if everything on the outside seems the same, on the inside, love is forming. So continue. Walk with faith. Smile with your soul. And confidently repeat, I trust in the unseen. I know that the love that is mine is coming closer. This trust changes everything. Because when you hold that energy, you become magnetic. And it's this magnetism that he feels, that he tries to understand, that he can't forget. And the angels tell you, he will miss your energy when he tries to pull away. He will seek peace in others that he only finds in you. Gradually, he will realize that what he feels is not ordinary, it's spiritual. And that's why he will return. And when he comes back, because he will, you will notice something subtle but transformative. He will not be the same man who left. Something inside him will have broken, or rather been freed. And this liberation started when he looked at you for the first time and something within him whispered, "She is different." The angels show that this process doesn't happen all at once. It's like the blossoming of a flower that spent too long trying to grow in the shadows. Little by little, he will allow himself to feel. He will recognize that he can no longer hide from what you represent in his life. A turning point. A soul reunion. A portal. And that's where the magic begins to happen. He starts communicating in new ways. He begins to truly listen to you. To pay attention to your silences. To recognize the value in your words. Because now, he sees you. Not just as another option, but as the woman. The one who stirred everything up. Who made him question every previous relationship. Who made him want to be a better man, not because of pressure, but because something about you inspires change. And even if he still has doubts, the angels are taking care of every detail. They are guiding his steps so that when the reunion happens, it will be at the right moment. At the exact time. When both of you are ready to experience something that goes beyond the superficial. But here's a gentle warning. This love, despite being profound, is not a guarantee of a happy ending without effort. It requires commitment, healing, vulnerability, and most importantly, it demands truth. Are you ready to show yourself completely? To express what you feel without expecting a specific reaction? To maintain your essence even in the face of uncertainty? Because the angels say, you are not here to be chosen. You are here to choose as well. And that means stopping the habit of adapting to someone else's fear, and starting to live your truth with strength, beauty, and presence. When you do this, something changes. Not just in him, but in your entire energetic field. The universe starts conspiring in favor of a love that mirrors your soul, and not just another repetition of the past. And it's at this point in the journey that many women transform. Because they realize that true love has never been about the other person. It has always been about returning to oneself. And allowing someone to find you whole from that place. And yes, he feels your absence. Even when he tries to seem busy. Even when he pretends everything is fine. Because your presence left marks. The kind that can't be erased, even when one wants to. The angels show that he is closer than he seems. That there is a movement happening in the background of life. A preparation. An approach. A decision being nurtured in the silence of his soul. You may not realize it yet, but prayers are being answered. Paths are crossing. Feelings are being reorganized. And all of this is being guided with love, precision, and divine timing. The only thing the angels ask of you now is, keep trusting. Keep moving forward. Keep feeling. And allow yourself to dream again. Even if you have been hurt before. Even if life has taught you to doubt. Because this love is different. And you know it. And when doubt comes, because it will, say it out loud with your soul full of faith, I deserve a love that sees me fully. And that love is already drawing near. Say this as if you were planting seeds in an invisible garden. Because the harvest has already begun. And if you felt this calling resonate in your chest, if at any moment this message made you take a deeper breath or feel a lump in your throat, then you already know, this is not just a beautiful story. It is your story. And it is still being written. Trust the angels. Trust the timing. Trust yourself. What's to come will surprise you. Now that you've made it this far, I want you to take a moment and allow yourself to feel. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Because this is the part of the journey where heaven touches earth. Where what seemed impossible begins to become real. Where the invisible reveals itself, not through words, but through your transformation. You have walked with courage through every paragraph of this message. You have opened yourself to see what was hidden behind silences, fears, and confusing signs. And the angels have seen all of this. They have been with you in every breath of doubt, in every silent prayer, in every tear that fell unseen. And now, they want to give you something in return. Not an immediate answer. Not a happily ever after like the stories we grew up hearing. But something much more powerful, the confirmation that you are not alone. That this story is not fantasy. That this love pulsating within you is being heard in the heavens. You have been guided here for a reason. And it wasn't curiosity. It wasn't coincidence. It was connection. The same connection that exists between two souls who chose each other even before this life began. And the angels ask, trust the process. Even when it seems distant. Even when the silence seems to say otherwise. Even when everything inside you screams for you to give up. Because it is feeling, is changing, is returning. But more importantly, you are returning to yourself. You are returning to listening to yourself. To loving yourself. To respecting yourself. This is the true miracle. And if it is indeed part of your destiny, it will find you wherever you are. Not because you chased after it, but because you flourished. Because you were love. Because you were truth. And now, before closing this journey, I have a request. If this message touched your heart in a way that you can barely explain, if it seems like it was written just for you, then allow yourself to be part of something greater. Join us. Become part of our community of souls awakening to live love consciously, with faith and presence. Subscribe now, because this is the space where the angels continue guiding you, where you will be reminded every day of who you are, of how deeply you are loved, that there is indeed a greater plan for your love life, and it has already begun to manifest. You did not come this far by chance. You were called. And this, dear soul, is your confirmation. Now go, live with courage, love with freedom, and allow love to surprise you, because the best is yet to come.